Hello, I'm Kevin Hayes, the Storyman, and this is the Nightly Bedtime Story Podcast, where you can hear a bedtime story every night. Tonight's story is called BellingTheCat. It was written a long time ago by an author named Aesop. As you may know from listening to other stories on the Nightly Bedtime Story Podcast, Aesop wrote short stories with a moral to them. In other words, a lesson at the end of the story. I hope you like it. BellingTheCat by Aesop. The mice once called a meeting to decide on a plan to free themselves from their enemy, the cat. At least they wished to find some way of knowing when she was coming, so they might have time to run away. Indeed, something had to be done, for they lived in such constant fear of her claws that they hardly dared stir from their dens by night or day. Many plans were discussed, but none of them was thought good enough. At last, a very young mouse got up and said, "I have a plan that seems very simple, but I know it will be successful. All we have to do is to hang a bell about the cat's neck. When we hear the bell ringing, we will know immediately that our enemy is coming." All the mice were much surprised that they had not thought of such a plan before. But in the midst of the rejoicing over their good fortune, an old mouse arose and said, "I will say that the plan of the young mouse is very good, but let me ask one question. Who will bell the cat?" The moral of the story? It is one thing to say that something should be done, but quite a different matter to do it. The end. I hope you liked tonight's bedtime story, BellingTheCat by Aesop. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you can hear a free bedtime story every night. I'm Kevin Hayes, the Storyman. I'll be here tomorrow night to read you another bedtime story. But for tonight, good night.